you are listening or watching Radio Afinju. The time is 10 a.m.
Ẹ bá mi pè o. Àfínjú. Kí lorúkọ rẹ̀? Àfínjú. Rédíò. Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń wo Àfínjú. Lórí WhatsApp. Àfínjú. Instagram. Àfínjú. Facebook. Àfínjú. Lórí X. Àfínjú. Lórí YouTube. Àfínjú. Lórí TikTok. Àfínjú. Kí lorúkọ rẹ̀? Àfínjú. Ẹ bá mi pè o. Àfínjú. Rédíò. Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń wo Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń wo Àfínjú. Rédíò Àfínjú. Rédíò Àfínjú. Rédíò Àfínjú.
Life no get duplicate.
Na so ẹ̀mí ò láàárọ̀ o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Tẹ́ jẹ́jẹ́ o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o. Make you take am easy.
Na so o.
Radio Afinju says if you drink, don't drive. If you drive, don't drink.
Tẹ́ jẹ́jẹ́ o.
Make you take am easy.
Na so.
This awareness is brought to you by Radio Afinju. When heavy rain begin fall and plenty water full everywhere, dey alert my people, shine your eyes as e dey happen for other places e fit reach your side.
Má ṣe da ìdọ̀tí sójú àgbàrá, gbé ilẹ̀ rẹ fún àwọn ọkọ̀ akólẹ̀.
No go put yourself for danger dey waka for flooded roads.
Gbọ́ o, ǹjẹ́ tó bá rí ẹnikẹ́ni tó hùwà tó lòdì sí òfin àmójútó ìdọ̀tí àti ẹ̀gbin, ẹ fi tó àwọn aláṣẹ létí. Report to the nearest authorities.
Má ṣe da ìdọ̀tí sójú àgbàrá.
Ìlera lọ́rọ̀. This awareness is brought to you by Radio Afinju.
It's another beautiful Monday morning here on Radio Afinju. It's the last Monday in the month of September, and before you know it, the year will come to an end, and I'm more than glad to be here on the show this morning. This is Understanding Finance, and I welcome you to the show where we are demystifying the world of finance one conversation at a time. This is where we will be breaking down, or we are breaking down, the basics of finance, talking about different financial terms, helping you get your money in order so that at the end of the day, you know where your money they enter. Not that after you spent everything, because you know this is month end now. A lot of people, they will be collecting their salaries, they will be getting payment for one work or the other, and then before you know it, before the next month, you're already wondering where all that salary went, where all the money went. This is where we are helping you understand your finance better so you can make better financial decisions. And I welcome you to this morning's episode. My name is Pearl Durotoye, and of course, you know I don't do the show alone because my co-anchor is here again, once again this morning. Good morning, Mr. Aguirre.
Hey there, good morning. How are you?
How are you doing today? I'm fine. How was your weekend? Mine was fine. It was beautiful. How was yours as well?
Mine was splendid as well. Thank you.
Okay, great. I love the energy. It's good to have you here again on the show. And to you listening to me as well, I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a fantastic, or rather splendid weekend like Mr. Aguirre did, and I hope that today on the show you're also going to learn something about handling your finances and also how to make better financial decisions. Before we go into the conversation of the day, if you are not following Radio Afinju on social media, I just want to put it to you that you're really missing on a lot of good stuff. Trust me, you're missing out on quality conversations, spanning entertainment, politics, music, all the good stuff. You're missing out. But if you do not want to miss out, just quickly go to our social media pages. Go to YouTube, go to Facebook. You find us there. Search for Radio Afinjo on YouTube. You find us, subscribe to our YouTube channel so that anytime we're going live, you can join in. On Facebook as well, Radio Afinju. It's a Facebook page. If you go there, you will find us as well. But if you just want to listen to our audio streams for one reason or the other, just go to our website at www.afinjufm.com or go to radio.garden, search for Afinju, and you will hear us there as well, crystal clear. What are we going to be discussing this morning? But before we get into that, I will go on a very short break. And when we come back, Mr. Agiri is going to take the baton and is going to lead us on another adventure of understanding finance. He's going to take us a step deeper into the world of finance. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for being with us. Last week we actually announced to you that it's going to be a Monday thing.
Yeah.
And of course, people, especially in Yoruba land, would believe Monday is Ojo Aje. So
yes.
Monday you have to just be, having coming from a weekend, you have to be fully invigorated. You have to just make sure that you lay bare your plans for the week, how you're going to go about it, and what
and some people they did a lot of spending this weekend though. They did a lot of oblate this weekend.
Oblate I think it's a second nature here in Nigeria.
Right.
We do a lot of oblate,
every
So you're welcome again onto your program, our program, Understanding Finance. I know it's not really a simple task. How to raise money, and eventually when you get the money, how do you manage it? How do you make it grow? What kind of investment do you think you can go into, whereby the little you have is going to turn into multiples? I bet with you, please don't look the way of the betting, all these online betting and all those things, because it takes a lot of vigor off you.
Yes.
And then I think it's better you just look inward, see what you are capable of doing, and maximize on that.
Yes.
Of course, I want to believe God is going to bless the work of thy hand.
Amen.
So, last week we were on the verge of discussing the last part of the key concepts of the three pillars of finance. And the last one was liquidity.
Yes.
Like I asked you, Pearl, on that day, that when you say something is liquid, something that is permeable, something watery, something.
Yeah.
So, but in finance, liquidity means.
Don't say it. Let me see if I remember. You said liquidity means something, maybe like an asset or something you have that can be easily changed into money.
Yes, within a very short period of time. Yeah.
See, I'm learning.
Something we can change it to very short. Within a short period of time, you can change it to money. Now, when you look at it, assets. When you look at, like I told you, in asset we have fixed asset and non-fixed asset, or you either call it current asset and non-current asset. It's just English. When you say something is current asset, I asked you a question about. I made mention of cash in hand and cash at bank.
Yeah.
And when you look at the goods that you have in stock, when you look at prepayments.
Yeah.
So amongst all these, when you look at fixed assets, especially asset that is now on the asset, there are items that are considered as asset, and there are assets that are considered as stocks. Yeah, somebody who is into car dealership now, you understand? Of course, somebody who is in car dealership has a car that he uses personally, and he has car that he sells. So one is stock and one is asset. You understand? So it's and with such scenario, we have such a person will have either cash in hand or cash at bank. Now, when he needs money, which one do you think is easily convertible to money for him?
The one in hand.
Yes. Then the one in bank, before you talk about stock and before you talk about is is our asset. So that is what they call liquidity. Liquidity is having something you can quickly turn into cash. Something you can within a speed of a second you can quickly turn into cash. So let's quickly move over to today's subject of discussion, which is common pitfalls in achieving personal savings. Why do we have to go that line? We talk about finance, and when you talk about finance is all about money. And when you talk about money, how do you get money? How do you, the one you have, how do you manage it? And how do you make sure that even if I thought you are going to investment, you are going to be in a safer hand. How do you make sure that your interest is well taken care of wherever you are investing into? Now, before you can say you want to go into investment, before you can say you want to manage money, you must have had one means of livelihood or not, one form of earning money. Now, by the time you are earning that money, you have to just look inwards and see what it takes you before you can get what you have on hand now. And then when you decide to look at that and see how the next thing as a human being is for you to see how that little you have, how it can grow. Now, like the title say, common pitfalls, common mistakes that we make that won't let us achieve our personal goal of having savings. So that it is not until when you have savings that is when you cannot think of how to grow it, what investment you want to go into. The number one thing on my list is lack of budget. What is a budget? Budget is just a careful lay down of money you're expecting and how you want to spend it. Now, a lot of us believe that we have cognitive brains. We can actually do the sums, offhand without writing it down.
Planning.
Forgetting the fact that our brain, our memory is fallible, can just fail at any time. But the moment you conceive ideas, Pearl, I can put it to you. Many times before you come for your shows, you might have been dreaming a lot about it, inspiration coming here and there. And by the time all those things were just coming, if you fail to stand up and jot some things down, it will just erode.
True.
Exactly. So now a lot of us think that since it is my money, why do I have to make a budget? Why do I have to write it down? Why do I have to, they believe that by writing it down, somebody might have access to it and see what is coming and what is. Of course, you're only helping yourself by having a clear budget. Okay, fine. This is how much I'm expecting this month. Of course, this is my salary. I have some skills. I have one or two places I want to touch to. Like me, I run, a personal job. And then this coming month, I have one or two clients who's going to patronize me. And then I've already earmarked. It's a plus or minus. A plus or minus in the sense that I have the belief that I'm going to get the job. And once I have it, I have my profit margin stated out there. And then after that, I had already known what I want to do with it. Now the minus aspect of it is that I just, God forbid, let's say the client just decided not to give me the job again. How do I want to cope? I had that in mind. Of course, I didn't put it down.
But you have made
but it's some personal reason. So a lot of us fail to have a clear-cut budget of what we are expecting at a particular period and how they intend to spend it. Now, going to second one, which is impulse or unexpected spending. Majority of all fall into this category. Virtually every one of us.
Let's not even go into that right now.
Everyone gets into this category of, the pitfall. And what is it? You buy items you don't plan for. You look in when you look at the groceries you have at home, you look at what you have in store, what you need to restock, what you have to just how you were able to consume it. Or for example, let's just assume that you have an unexpected visitor in your house.
Yeah,
you understand. If it's going to let you go off your budget a little bit, but
Yes.
even if I thought you're going to, or if I thought you are going off budget, it should be reasonable.
yes.
Reasonable in the sense that you don't have to impress whoever is coming.
Sometimes they're trying to impress our guests or visitors. We spend even more than some. We even borrow money.
Exactly. Exactly. So when you look at that, why do you have to go into that? Like sometime this month, I got a call from a cousin of mine from the other part of Nigeria. She actually said that she came along with a friend and with another person. They were 3. She was like asking that she intended to go somewhere the following day, which was it happened to be on the Saturday. I was like, sister, how come? Why do you want to do this now? And then my place is there. Instead of you renting an apartment and all those things, my dear, I went off my budget to satisfy them. Honestly, because when they came around, I locked them in my house, and then I had to just take them out. Let's just go and catch some, fresh breath of air. She will see how everything is. And it didn't come for free.
Of course, of course not.
It didn't come for free. Of course, when they were leaving, they had to just, tip my children and all those things. I knew that whatever I spent, I'd, gain part of it back, but I overspent more than my capacity. So when you look at that, it's whatever my goals were for this month, that spending
You have exceeded it.
I've exceeded it. And then third one is a lifestyle, or let me say self-induced inflation. Self-induced inflation is a situation whereby you just got like an unexpected amount of money, or let's say, like I put it to you last week, that if your salary were to be quadrupled or tripled, then you understand that
your taste will change.
It will change. It will change, and we don't need that. If you happen to be somebody who is living alone, who is not a family person, if it doesn't need you, if you're living in a one-bedroom apartment or a self-con, or even if at all it's a one-room apartment that people used to call face me, I face you. Why don't you just continue there? Look for whenever you have that free money, look for something you can actually go into, and then that is going to make your future a brighter one. All these young men out there that I learned into all these internet fraud and all those things, look at how majority of them are turning their life into majority of what they do out there. When they say they go to clubs, when they say they rock, majority of them, most of their parents, that is if they have, most of their parents don't know the kind of lifestyle they live out there. Even if I thought you knew all along that what you were doing was wrong, and then you now had some 1 or 2 changes from there. You will want to
spend it lavishly.
You still spend it lavishly, forgetting the fact that you might be back to square zero, and that is where peer pressure comes in. That is where peer pressure comes in. That because peer pressure, social spending. You try to keep up with
they are
the circle of
constantly
friends.
trying to look the part.
Exactly.
And especially because when people know that is what you do, they expect a certain lifestyle from you to be commensurate with
what you have. So peer pressure and social spending, the kind of people you move with, this guy has been rocking me. I want to let him know that me too have arrived and all those things. You go to clubs that normal, even if I thought you are a beer person, normal beer that they sell for 1K somewhere, you go to where you're going to take it for 5,000. Exactly. You go to where they just put beers in
where they write
jugs.
your name on that what's it called, on that signage, and write your name and hail you.
Exactly. So it's these are part of the common mistakes that we make that won't let you have enough on hand for you to plan with for your future. And then another one is debt accumulation.
Sorry, before we go into debt accumulation, I have a question, especially when it comes to budget. Sometimes even after we've written our budgets that we do intend to follow through, certain emergencies do also occur that you've not planned for. So what then happens? Does that mean despite that kind of emergency, we should not go outside of our budget? Or do we make, while planning our budget, should we still make room for uncertainties?
Exactly. Uncertainties in when you talk about when something involves your health, when something involves catering for somebody who is closer to you, who really needs your assistance and all those things. You should be humane, give room for things like that.
Okay.
And then when you make plan for it, the very first month, you don't say anything relating to emergency, spending and all those things. Then you try to just keep it for the following month.
Okay.
You understand? So all what we're saying is about just having a mental preparedness for things like that. Of course, it's not possible for you to say that you're going to be 100% fit throughout a particular period.
True.
No, you have to just make sure that there is something on ground, no matter how little it is. That is where this NHIS, all this HMO now comes in.
Okay.
You haven't deducted if
Insurance.
you happen to if you happen to work in a place where such services is not being offered, you can actually approach these organizations,
like third-party insurance companies.
Take insurance, health insurance. Let me quickly give you one very funny scenario. I have a brother who is in the States. He's been married for some time, and then after he's been married for some time, and he has never ever defaulted in paying his insurances. And then sometimes about 5 years back, the wife got pregnant, and then they had to just go to the hospital. During delivery, the delivery was successful. They went through so many things, all these hospital protocols and all those things. And then lo and behold, when the bill was served to him, I think, let me just say, let me use the general, the universal currency that we have. He was asked to go and pay around $210,000.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, converted to at 1,005. That's about 300 million naira. You don't know what this guy did. The guy just smiled, just looked at them.
Insurance will cover.
Insurance will cover this. He had to just, take the bill, write them. Yeah, it's time for you guys to come to your
come and do your work.
So eventually, when he was about to leave the hospital, I think he paid just $1,500.
Wow.
As against 200,000, 210,000. Yes, that's a very huge difference. So we will have to, even if I told you might think you don't need it as at then, but there will always be a time that thing will just will come through for you. And when you are deducting it in piecemeal, something that is very, very minute, which you might not be able to see the impacts in the future. And it all goes to, when you say you have a car now, it's better make sure you do insurance on your car. Either a third-party insurance or a comprehensive insurance. Now, the difference between a third-party insurance is, God forbid, if you use your car to, bash somebody else's property and all those things, the insurance party will take care of it. Yeah. But if it's a comprehensive, now, okay, the first one, the third party is you are going to be liable to the repair of your car.
Okay.
And the other person's car or the other person's property that you damage, the insurance party will take care of it.
Cover that one.
Now, if it's to involve two cars and the two of you had third-party insurance. Now the thing is, as the insurance company is taking care of that person's car, the insurance of the other car will also be taking care of yours. Okay. But if it's a comprehensive will take care of your car and will still, take care of the property that you damage.
Okay.
Of course, the comprehensive is a little bit, bogus. It's a little bit higher than third-party insurance. That's why most people, do third-party insurance, especially for cars like that. So it's part of. And how much do you pay for that at the beginning of the year? How much? Very, very minute. Very, very minute. So, I want to say debt accumulation. I think it's an offshoot of our clearly not overspending, lifestyle, inflation, and all those things. There is no way all those things will be coming up, something you don't plan for. There's no way debt will not accumulate.
True.
There is no way. There will be some places where you visit, regularly. That's okay, fine. When you now have a 1 or 2 challenge, you can actually approach them. Oh, madam, please give me this thing to so period. Give me that to so period. So debt will consistently be accumulating, and it will eventually have impact on your salary.
It will also even have a ripple effect, because the moment you start, you've accumulated it to a certain stage, and then maybe when the salary comes in, you offload that. The salary now will not even be enough again for the following month. And so you have to borrow again to start to complement
for the import business you're doing, school fees and anything. We don't have a defined savings goal, and I think it is high time we started doing that. So once you have that, you can actually know that everything now has to just fall back on budgeting. It still revolves around that. I want to have this by so month. There are times when now there's this personal policy that I have. Of course, it's very comfortable for me to, when I come from my house for exercise and all those things. So I just measure it fine. And I even learned that health-wise, it's better for you to do some, workout walk for 30 minutes at least in a day. So I just measure it. From that junction to office, let me just take a stroll.
Work out and still save money in the process.
Whatever, no matter how little it is, it's still when you tabulate it in a month, it amounts to something.
Yes, that's.
We, like I said, I wanted to talk about the neglect for emergency planning. We've actually addressed that. Emergency sprouting up, and then what measures do you have on ground that you're going to use to cater for that? Then what one very point that is very, very, how do I put it, that we fail to do is we lack financial literacy. Financial literacy.
So let's go on a very quick break, and when we come back, we're still going to be talking more on understanding finance. Don't forget, this is Radio Afinju, and you can join the conversation on our social media pages, Facebook, X, YouTube, all at Radio Afinju. We will be right back.
All-round gist with your spicy honey drops. Don't miss the fun, excitement, and updates on Afinju Arena. Only on Radio Afinju.
Apology for waiting, say don't play, or you will learn.
ìpèníjà pọ̀ láwùjọ, aráàlú ń pàráàrò, wọ́n ń fojú sọ́nà fún ìdàgbàsókè. Bẹ́ẹ̀ olóṣèlú náà ń pé adìyẹ ń làágùn, ìyẹ́ ni ò jẹ́ àrí. Ó wá di dandan ká mójú ajé kò ní sọ, ká ṣàkójọ àwọn ìpèníjà tí ń bẹ láwùjọ, ká tẹ́ pẹpẹ rẹ̀ fáwọn adarí ìjọba kí wọ́n sì sọ ìgbésẹ̀ tí wọ́n ń gbé láti wá ojútùú sí wọn. Èyí ló bí ètò Gbàgede Ọ̀rọ̀ lórí rédíò àfinjú gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀ ni ó máa ṣe ìfọ̀rọ̀wérọ̀ láàrin ará ìlú àtàwọn adarí ìjọba. lórí ètò yìí a ó máa ṣàtúpalẹ̀ àwọn ìpèníjà àwùjọ bẹ́ẹ̀ là á sì mọ fọ̀rọ̀wérọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ìkàn ìjọba tọ́rọ̀ kàn láti lè mú ìtẹ̀síwájú bá àwùjọ wa. Adédayọ̀ Dẹ́rínú ọmọ wọn lẹ́sẹ̀ kòjọ́mọ́ ó nù ni ó máa tọ́kùn ètò. ẹ lè wo rédíò àfinjú lórí àwọn àtẹ ayélujára Facebook àti YouTube bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ sì lè gbọ́ wa lórí rédíò Garden. rédíò àfinjú ìlànà ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ tí ò lábàwọ́n. gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀ ètò tó ń yànnàná ohun tó rújú láàrin ará ìlú àtijọba kò ṣeé má gbọ́ ni ẹ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀.
gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀.
Do you enjoy exploring new stories, meeting great authors, and diving into the world of literature? Are you aware that a reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies? The Book Club on Radio Afinju is a safe place for book lovers like you, the radio show that brings books to life. Join us as we review exciting books, interview amazing authors, and connect with fellow book enthusiasts just like you. Whether it's fiction, self-development, history, or poetry, we've got something for everyone. Don't just read, experience books in a whole new way. Catch the book club with Bukola Karim, The Books, where we analyze new books by different authors, exploring the themes, characters, and plot twists that make reading so unforgettable. From fiction to non-fiction, classics to contemporary bestsellers, we'll cover it all. Join us on the book club every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. on Radio Afinju. Share your thoughts and hear from Uncovered.
Welcome to your safe space, Whispers in the Dark, with me, Spicy Honey Drops, and my radio boo, Classic. With two amazing segments, you are assured of a smooth ride.
Do you have a secret you've been afraid to reveal? Confession Night is where you pour out your heart desires, fears, and secrets. Are you ready to ignite?
Help you create a more fulfilling and satisfying love life right here on Radio Afinju. Join us every Monday, 10 to 11 p.m.
and Wednesday, 9 to 10 p.m. Let's relive the excitement of finding true love, sending special messages to your partner and friend, live on air.
From the shadows to the spotlight, let's explore the human experience in all its complexity. Stay glued to Whispers in the Dark on Radio Afinju with Spicy Honey Drops for a journey that will leave you breathless.
Yeah, welcome back to Understanding Finance. Thank you for sticking with us on the show where we are demystifying the world of finance, one conversation at a time. We've said a lot of things. We're still talking about common mistakes common mistakes people make when trying to achieve personal savings. We've mentioned several points, debt accumulation and the like. And Mr. Agri was about to talk on financial literacy before we went on that break. So it will continue now, but let me say a quick hello to our Facebook audience. I can see Abiola Boluwasife saying good morning and happy new week. Good morning to you as well, Abiola. Thanks for joining the show this morning. So let's talk about financial literacy. What's that all about?
Yep. The financial literacy is about knowing, let's say, for example, how to structure your savings. When you say you want to open, a bank account, know the kind of account that you have to open, and you know the difference between savings and investment. Now, how do you structure your savings? Structuring savings. Savings is something. Savings is like savings in tax term, they call it disposable income.
Disposable income.
Yes. Can I ask you a question about that?
Let's.
Is it something you can try?
What you want to ask? What disposable income is? Is it money you have no plans for, or should I say money you've not budgeted for anything particularly? Let's say maybe somebody wants to come and borrow money from you now, for instance, and of course maybe the money you already have plans for it. You don't have plans for it. You have the money, but you don't really have any budget set in stone for that amount of money, so you can actually afford to give that person at that time. We can consider that a disposable income. I don't know.
Money you can spend anyhow. That's what the